Hi, this is Carrie Brownstein.
This is DJ Premier.
This is Darren Aronofsky.
You got the RZA right here.
Rose McGowan.
Radiohead.
Aisha Tyler.
Tribe Called Quest.
Fred Armisen.
Fritz Paul.
Javier Munoz. Seth Meyers.
Frankie Cosmos.
Flying Lotus.
Hi, we're Chaim, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Talkhouse Podcast. I'm Josh Modell. On this week's episode, we've got a pair of songwriters separated by thousands of miles who came together recently for a killer single, Remi Wolf and Benny Sings. Wolf has been writing songs since her early teens, but it wasn't until a couple of years ago that her neon pop jams started getting some social media attention. A major label came calling, and Wolf spent a good chunk of the early pandemic making her full-length debut album, Juno, which she named after her recently adopted dog. It's one of those deceptively sunny records that hides some bigger emotions inside huge hooks, and it led to a bunch of amazing singles like Anthony Kiedis, that's the name of the song, and tours. Wolf will play Coachella next month. As you'll hear in this chat, Wolf met Dutch singer-songwriter Benny Sings when both were playing a Spanish festival that had some kind of medieval theme. Wolf was already a fan of Benny's work, both as a performer and a producer. Not only has he released a ton of great music on his own, but he also co-wrote a hit with Rex Orange County and has worked with the likes of Mac DeMarco. Benny's music has a sort of classic soft pop vibe. He playfully mixes in hip-hop and island vibes on occasion too, making the sort of breezy songs that easily get stuck in your head. When it came time to record his brand new album Young Hearts, which comes out next week, he reached out to Remi for some vocal assistance. The result is a delightful little nugget called Pyjamas. Check out a little bit of that song right here.
We could take a walk on Cabana Beach, read a book or two about the birds in Cali. We could see a movie about São Paulo. Have you seen the new documentary?
Candy bars and wine in the winter. Man, I got you wrapped from my finger. Ooh, I just can't wait to get you home. Oh no, this can't wait till tomorrow. My heart skipping beats like a bongo. Beach so predictable. I'll take it to the Poconos. Hey.
In this chat, Remi and Benny talk about collaborating on the video for Pyjamas. She directed it, adding some of the visual flair she's known for. They also chat about songwriting in general, whether it's craft or divination, and they get into whether technology is good or evil, and whether these two would survive a tech-pocalypse. Enjoy.
How are you?
I'm good.
Where are you?
I'm in my house in Los Angeles. Where are you?
I'm in my studio in Amsterdam.
Okay. In the middle of the city.
Yes. Yeah.
Next to the river. I just had a crazy morning and have like a lot of weird ailments. I have an infection on my toe.
On your toe?
Yeah. So I had to go to the doctor this morning and they pretty much just like told me that they don't know what to do. Like they just put me on like antibiotics and they don't know what it is. So
your toe has to be removed.
He was like, yeah, like it could either be like, you know, like a pretty benign infection or it could be something way worse. And I was just like, why the hell?
Great doctor.
Yeah, so cool. And he also couldn't make eye contact with me. Sometimes doctors are like not the vibe, but sometimes they are. All love to doctors.
Yeah, doctors are the best. My father is a doctor, actually.
I remember we talked about that at one point.
Yeah.
Because wait, aren't all your siblings doctors or something?
No, but there are a lot of medical people in my family.
Oh yeah, the other thing that happened was I have this I have like kind of a stuffy nose right now, but it's because there's this neighborhood cat that will like come and scratch at my door and like purr and like meow really loudly, and I call him Angus Young. I thought he was a stray for a while, but he'll come in and he'll just like lay on my couch for like 5 hours, but I'm allergic to cats, but I like feel so bad for him that I just let him in. And so yeah, now I have allergies.
Shit, yeah. I remember the morning from the video you were going through a deep thing as well.
Yes. Oh
because of the rug. You were dying.
Yeah.
And then you had to smoke 4 cigarettes in a row before breakfast for the first shot.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was at like 8 a.m. Oh yeah, we just released a song.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm super happy with it.
Me too. I think it's great.
I feel so grateful, ugly word, but it's true that like you just go all in for it as well. You fucking directed the video, posting like a lot of stuff, and so I feel very honored.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel also honored. You just were like, do whatever you want, and I was like, all right. And I've never like directed a video kind of all by myself before, so it was just like a really amazing learning experience for me.
Yeah, it looked like you're doing it forever.
Really? Okay. I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think?
I love the video, and so I was again afraid that there was too much acting and plot involved, but this kind of acting and plot is logical because it just follows the lyrics, the beat. It's a video like you want a video to be, and that's so hard to get by these days because it's always an interpretation of someone else who does a completely vague thing with your song that you think like, well, but it doesn't like interact with the song or anything. But this time it's just so one-on-one that it's just super funny.
I think sometimes collaborating with other people like who don't make music and only do visual stuff, sometimes it can be incredible. And I think that I truly like am obsessed with your videos. So
Oh, really?
oh yeah, I love all of them like so
Wow.
much. So I was like nervous. I was trying to like make it both of our worlds, but like cinematically, like your videos are just so beautiful, and I just wanted to do that, which is like I feel like the complete opposite of my videos. My videos are like crunchy and like
Yeah,
hideous.
I was kind of hoping for that, but
Okay, well,
but I'm super happy with what it became.
it's interesting collaborating with non-musicians because sometimes I'll get edits back and like none of the cuts are to like a beat
Yeah,
on the song.
yeah, like they're just making a story and your music is kind of the background to it.
Yeah.
But we want the visuals to just add to the music.
I liked what we did with the coloring. I think it would have been awesome if we could print it to film, but I think we got it to a pretty decent place for what we had.
Yeah, it's totally believable.
Yeah.
Who came up with the squeals, with the seal squeal sound? The seal, how do you call that?
Oh, the seagull. That was Nima.
Oh my God, that made the song like 25% better for real.
I know.
That
it's
squeal
like
sound. So
squeal.
stupidly timed.
I know, it's so funny. I don't even know where they found that footage, but I was really happy with that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. What have you been doing? How's the album release going? Or just how's everything going?
Yeah, it's good. It's just crazy times, busy. Also with the home, with the 3 kids.
Oh yeah, you have the 7-month-old baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and 2 other kids. So yeah, we had a rehearsal today. Went home, cooked, and brought the children to bed, and now I'm here again. So it's kind of crazy, but it's great. I mean, I'm also like kind of a numbers guy. I'm sorry to say so, but like Pyjamas is doing so good. So I'm excited.
See this, I know, me too. You want the hit,
Yeah.
Which I mean, so do I. We all want the hit.
It's just that I've been failing my entire life, so people think that I'm just like super integer, or how they call it, artist that doesn't want
Indie.
the money and the fame. And I'm not that interested in the money and the fame, I have to say, but I am interested in having a healthy career and providing for my kids and stuff.
Yeah, it is just funny that you perceive like your entire career as this like pop failure.
My goal was to be a failed songwriter. That was like the romantic image of it all.
The goal was to be a failed songwriter.
Yeah, I had this romantic image of, wow, would it be great to just be... There was this guy in a movie, I think it was like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle or something.
Okay.
A movie like that. And like Jason Bateman played this failed composer who only made like music for cat food commercials and stuff. This 90s movie. And he was totally frustrated with his life and stuff. And I thought like, I want to be that guy. And that turned out to be the perfect like strategy, because then you keep on going and you don't mind the failures, What was your goal?
I didn't even have like a specific like idol or person that I like was like, I want to be that and I want that to be my career path. I think I was just like, I love playing music live and I love to make friends.
Yeah.
And my career happened so quickly out of college. Like I think I was expecting to like really struggle
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for a lot longer. And I think I just got really lucky that I released music and people immediately took to it. You went to school for music as well, but I went to school for like pop music. I was making like music that I wanted people to like and that I liked. I mean, I love popular music. I'm still learning how to like write songs. I'm still learning how to produce. I'm still learning everything. Like I feel like I'm just always learning. So I don't know. But when I was younger, my goal was to be like a painter, like an artist.
But you were a professional skier,
Yeah, I was.
but you
Which
didn't
never
like
really,
that.
no, it never really was my dream. I liked aspects of it. Like I liked the team aspect of it. And obviously when you're like moving your body and like working out, I guess
Yeah.
essentially you feel good. I was never like, oh, I really want to go to the Olympics or like I really want to be like the sponsored skier. I was kind of always like, I want to be a singer and I want to be I really wanted to be like a visual artist, which I still
Really?
do.
Because it's so different. There's no making friends in drawing.
No, but I like the solitude element. And I think that now like with my job as a musician, it is so social. Like literally I'm never alone ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sometimes the drawing and the painting now is kind of this this like solitude, this like needed solitude in my life that I really, really, really love. And I'll like when I get the time to do it, I'll sit on my couch and watch TV for 8 hours and just draw the entire time.
Oh, the best.
And I'll make like 20 paintings or like 20 drawings and just be like feel really good about it.
Yeah, TV has a bad rap as well, right?
Like wall making stuff or just in general.
No, yeah, but even watching TV while doing nothing, I mean, it's just we don't have a TV right now in our house, and I miss it.
You miss the TV, yeah.
I miss the bullshit TV, especially like
Dude, me too.
just the mindless watching other people do really annoying and stupid stuff.
Just like having it on in the background is also so comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite place to watch TV like in the world is like in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And just putting on like the Food Network and watching people compete.
Yeah, MasterChef. Let's
Wait,
go.
so you haven't been watching TV at all recently?
No. It's just when you get kids, your life is just totally different. You can't even imagine.
I would imagine that having the TV could make it maybe easier.
If you plant the kids in front of the TV.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
So they have the iPad and they watch, clips.
Clips, okay.
Or how do you call that? Netflix or anything like that.
So you don't watch Netflix?
No. So I mean, I do like watch a show with my wife or watch a documentary.
Of course.
Yeah. So we do that once in a while, but it's like rarely these days. It's like maybe once a month or something.
Damn.
For the rest, it's just like the cleaning up takes to 10:30 at night. You're totally exhausted, and you're sitting next to each other on the couch. You have to like arrange stuff like kid parties. Did you pay that? Then it's 11 o'clock, and you're so fucking tired. You need to go to sleep, and then at 6 o'clock you're on again.
So so do you recommend having kids?
Oh yeah.
What do you like about it?
Yes, the best thing ever. Yeah. So a certain psychiatrist says how to have a fulfilled life is to find a burden that's worth lifting. So if you don't have anything that's tough, you're going to be miserable at the end. So find a burden worth lifting. And I found my burden that's worth lifting. So the worth that's worth lifting, that part is very important. So that it's very hard, but if the payoff is insanely big. So the payoff for me would be at that moment at 11 o'clock when everything is done. The house is totally quiet. We cleaned everything. The kids are asleep with full stomachs, That feeling is like no meditation, no TV, nothing can give you that sense of total groundedness. Like, why am I here?
Yeah, holy shit. I mean, it sounds so hard, but I feel like I have the opposite problem in my life. Like my days are sitting in the studio and putting all my energy into that, which like I don't know if I would call music a burden. It's definitely it's definitely not a burden.
Yeah. No, it's hard.
It's hard, but
It's not a
oh my
burden
God.
like working out, like
No.
real shitty thing. But would you like to have kids?
Yeah, I actually really do. I want the challenge, and I just like, sounds weird, but it would be just nice to have like this little person or these little people that like are such a part of you. It's like, this might be like a toxic thing to say, but it's like these little friends that you make for yourself. And I don't know if that means that I'm like deeply lonely in my like personal life. But I mean, that part of it sounds like really fun because like they are a part of you like genetically. And I mean, they've got to inherit some of your shit. And that's probably hard too, because it's like, I imagine it acts as a mirror and you get frustrated with that.
Yeah.
Or it seems like people get frustrated with that at times, and that just like causes a lot of like strange tensions between parents and kids. But it also does sound really fun. And it sounds fun to like do things for someone else. Like
that's the thing.
Yeah, because if you're in a relationship with somebody, like you can do shit for someone else, but at the end of the day, they're a human adult that should be able to get their shit done.
Yeah.
You know, before there was like a society and like jobs and shit and I don't know, capitalism, like you just had to have kids. And I like the purpose of existing was to bring new life. That's like most living things' purpose is to like spread their seed in air quotes. But like literally like fucking trees or like flowers, the reason that flowers exist is to attract bees to spread out more flowers. And then they die.
We're just like paint spots that are spreading, and they're getting bigger or getting smaller, and we're one of those spots.
Exactly. We're just like the dominant crazy spot that's like the cockroach of Earth that like the tidal waves are coming to destroy.
I do love us cockroaches.
Oh, we're so awesome.
Yeah.
I just went on this trip to I went to Puerto Rico and to the Dominican Republic, and so I was like on full island time. It was my first vacation I've ever taken in my life.
Right.
Like not with my family, like a solo vacation. And getting out of your house is just amazing. Getting out of your house and just like seeing a completely different culture, it just like puts everything into perspective. And I don't know, I just loved it. This is annoying, but I feel like living in LA, there's just weird pitfalls that you can fall into, but like body dysmorphia stuff, and there's just all these like hot people around you all the time. And then I went to the Dominican Republic, and like everybody of like every shape and size was just like going so ham at the beach, and just like all in two pieces, and the kids were running around, like the parents were running around, the grandparents were running around, and it was just like so liberating to just sit there and be like, these people are truly just like so stoked to like be naked right now, like and it was just like the most refreshing totally. Shit of my life in their bodies. Their bodies. And it's, I think like sometimes when like with our job, like having to look at our faces all the time and like look at all these photos of us all the time, like it's in our face because we have to post that shit, you know. It's like, it can be, for me, it can get really difficult mentally. And like even making our video is hard for me because it's just like, oh, I like fucking, like there's a lot of times that I just like hate looking at myself. I just like don't want to be confronted with like that like all day. But I even had that before the job. I think like when I was a kid already, I was like totally me too conscious of my body. Wow. When I was a kid, I was really conscious of my body because when I was skiing, we would wear these. Have you seen like racers? They wear like speed suits. Like they're these skin tight suits. Like
Yeah.
I was in that all the time. So just so body conscious constantly. And I mean, at the time I was like really fit. So, and was still having those thoughts.
Wow.
And so now I'm like a musician that like sits in the studio all day
Yeah.
and like doesn't get to go to the gym like as much as I want to. And then like also confronted with myself on a screen, and then also confronted with like the just toxicity of Los Angeles on like an everyday thing. I don't know. I'm just trying to debunk everything in my brain that society has taught us. Like, because society, like it, or just like the media, I think that it just wants you to hate yourself. And recently, like I think being in the Dominican Republic was like, for some reason, this weird catalyst to me being like, wait, I want to like debunk all this stuff and like
Yeah.
get
I want to fucking like myself. God damn it.
yeah, like fuck. It's so crazy.
But I am almost like doubting, like, is it society? Because I had this like as a young kid, even, and that was in like the 80s. There was no internet, no nothing,
Yeah, but in the 80s, like you see ads and everybody was on cocaine and everybody's doing like aerobics and they're like skinny as shit and like not eating. I think it's been baking into like the fabric of our thought for a long time and has just like climaxed at social media being like the worst it's ever been for sure. Cause it's just like constant. You can't choose. Like you can choose to pick up a magazine and like flip through it, but we're like addicted to our phones. So like there's an element of not even being able to like control that. And you can't control like what ads you're being fed.
So if the world goes the right way, right? What's going to be the big solution for the phone problem?
I don't think it's possible for them to be gone. There's so many amazing things about the phone, and the internet is the world, or at least our world, is run by the internet at this point. Like it's so deeply in there. Like if the grid of all of the US or like all of the Netherlands were to go out, we'd be completely fucked.
Yeah, we would all like die soon. Like half of us
would die.
Die.
Yeah. So,
like my mother, my wife, we would all be dead.
Yeah, everyone would die like in maybe not days, but it would be in time. Yeah. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, like fuck the internet.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Fuck the phone, because we need it at this point. I have this like deep fear of AI, and I'm trying to not be as scared of it because it seems like an inevitable future. I don't know. What do you think?
I have the exact same answers as you. I think like I can't see like a solution at the moment. So, and I do see like a problem. I'm not happy like the way I am with my phone, and my kids are. I'm really like concerned about it. So, but I'm also like not angry at the internet or angry at the world or humanity. Like I love humanity, and I think the internet is like an amazing discovery.
Yeah, it's so weird because on one hand, I just like want to get rid of it all. And then on the other hand, I just think that there's no way we can. And I think we're going into this thing where in like a couple years, I think we're just going to be so completely merged with technology. And I don't even know what that means, but like, I feel like it's going to be so profound that we like can't even imagine it.
Right. Yeah.
Like in a way that people couldn't imagine, like phones.
Right.
Like I feel like there's going to be something that happens that we literally have no idea what it is, but it's going to be so profoundly changing. It's going to be so weird. I think the part that scares me, and I don't know why this is, but the part that makes me so nervous is like, I don't like not knowing what's like real and what's fake.
Yeah.
And, like the deep fake stuff of AI kind of freaks me out because I don't know if it's like a weird ego thing, but I just like, I don't want to be tricked. Like, I don't like being tricked.
Yeah.
Or like it's like some weird trauma from like being bullied, like when I was like in second grade or something. I just don't like the idea of being tricked by like a robot.
Yeah. So probably there is some version of a good future where it all goes to shit and we just like pick our groups and we just go into groups again, like, and we're cut off from all electronics. Oh no, then we
Like
would
cave
all
style.
cave
We would
style.
die in a second.
Yeah, we would die.
Because we have no survival skills. You don't have TV.
No.
There's a show called The Last of Us, and it's about this apocalypse that pretty much happens there. It's like a post-apocalypse, and it's like about this virus, this fungal virus that killed like most people in 2 days,
Mhm.
and then like the rest of the show is like about this guy who survives and this girl who was born post-apocalypse who's immune to the virus,
Mm.
and he's trying to get her across the country, but like all the people that survived in this show are like people who knew how to operate guns and like people who knew like random survival skills and people who were like smart enough to form like communities,
Right.
like
Yeah.
community leaders. And
Yeah.
it's like we would be dead like first.
Oh. But
You know?
we're probably good at making friends,
We're great at making
Yeah.
friends.
but then we would die
have a
in
lot-
a day.
Yeah,
With a lot of-
we would make
with a-
friends through the death, which would be like, I guess, pretty awesome.
Our life skills, yeah. We would be very hungry and make songs, you know.
Fuck yeah, man. I don't know. We're in a weird time. It's a weird ass fucking time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait, should we talk about how we met each other? Is that like way far gone?
How did we meet?
We both somehow knew of each other, and then we were both in Spain.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And there was this festival that was being held at this hotel, which doubled as a water park.
Yeah.
And it also doubled as like a Robin Hood themed jousting arena.
Yeah, medieval stuff.
Like
yeah,
medieval times Robin Hood jousting arena.
yeah.
And we both played in the dirt covered jousting arena.
Yeah.
And I think you guys had just played your set, and you guys played at like 11 or something.
Uh-huh.
And you guys were walking back to your like little rooms.
Right.
And then we were walking to our set because I think I played at like 2.
Yeah.
AM.
Oh, that sucks with being like a bigger name like you are, that you have to play so late.
That's some Europe shit though. Like you guys love to do late. I feel
Right.
like here, like the latest show would start at like 10 and then
Uh-huh.
it would be done by 11:30 and then everybody goes home. Unless it's like
yeah,
some
that's-
DJ stuff. But I remember meeting you. You guys were walking back and I was walking too. And it was like so random.
Yeah.
It was like so surreal because I had just gotten off a plane. I was so jet lagged and I had
Yeah.
gotten like 2 hours of sleep. And I was like, oh, like Benny sings.
Yeah.
And then I think the first real time we had like a real conversation was probably when we made Pyjamas, right?
When you came in, yeah, and that was amazing. We had like made a couple of jams with no vocals, or maybe with some vocals here and there. You came in like in 1 minute, you were like putting vocals on all of these jams, and it was just insane to witness. Like song
Fuck
after
yeah.
song, just blurted out. It's super great.
Sometimes I'll get in these like manic, like creative bursts for like 2 weeks and I like can't stop and then it dies. And to get back into it, I have to kind of put myself into the mania again. And then
Yeah.
it's like a self-perpetuating thing. But I remember that was so fun. I
Yeah.
had like the best time that day.
Yeah.
You were like so awesome that day. Like all the lyrics were just amazing. The salmon sandwich with some pickles. I was just like, how are you even doing that? But I feel like you're pulling from your life. Like, are you eating that sandwich?
No, not at all. No.
That's
It's really
fake.
Yeah, it's all
That's a fake
more
sandwich.
like phonetics for me,
Salmon
and then
sandwich with some pickles.
yeah, right, and then something comes out. Yeah.
It feels good to sing that.
Yeah.
I write in a similar way.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
I want it to feel good coming out, and sometimes
Right.
it just doesn't matter what I'm saying.
Yeah. And whenever you really want to say something, that's in your head, it always comes out shitty.
Yeah.
It's never great.
Are you a person that will write on your phone or anything, like pre going into just jamming or like a session situation? Or are you fully in the room, just like everything written in the room?
Yeah, I never write my.
Yeah.
I did that like maybe 10, 15 years ago or something. I had this book with all the stuff in it, but never a song that made it. Never came out of that. So I just skipped that whole part.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Sometimes I will like sit and actually write a song and then like bring it in to a session, or like I'll be like, oh, like I have like 4 lines, like I have like a little poem situation, but I never end up using that shit.
You train your subconscious with that probably because there's a theory behind that, which I don't know if it's totally true, but I do kind of believe it. So the theory is that your subconscious is a way bigger work engine, like in computer terms, like it has way more power than your conscious thinking. I think often like something way more brilliant comes out when you just blurt something out and you think like, what could that mean or something. It's way more a subconscious process, and your subconscious is way more associative and has way more links to everything than if you're trying to do that consciously. It's way too complicated to make some great piece of art. So you should just let more like your subconscious go or something. Yeah.
I'm so with you. I'm like the worst version of myself when I'm like thinking about anything.
Yeah.
I'm like so much better and less anxious and just more free when I just like let the world pass through instead of trying to like craft the moment or something.
Yep.
It's like the same as kind of like we were talking about before, like setting expectations. Like you were saying that your expectation was to be like a failed songwriter that makes cat jingles. Like using your consciousness to like create ideas, I feel like is the same thing. Like because you like associate your conscious thought with your like identity and self. Whereas like with the subconscious, it's like almost like it appeared out of thin air, which is almost more dissociative in a good way, like in the creative process, Yeah. And then you can go back later and kind of make sense of what your brain was thinking.
Right.
But I love that. I love like free associative stuff, just writing, like letting your brain go and then seeing what it does. Everybody always talks about like craft and like the craft of songwriting and the craft of putting together a song. Like, do you have any thoughts about that?
There is a craft to it. I mean, I think like, again, not consciously, but my subconscious at least had to be trained to do it. I really couldn't do it, songwriting, like for 10 years, but I wanted to be it. So I was trying, but these songs were like not good. Like, like, or they were way too rational, or they just weren't right. There was just a lot of stuff that I needed to learn just by doing. But I think when I look at you, like, you're natural, so you have that craft in you, probably because you were schooled early and stuff,
Yeah.
So I think you're, maybe without knowing it, you're a great crafts person.
It's like never something that I like think about. I'm not like, oh, like shit, like I need to craft this song. I guess I just kind of like make the song. But there's like musicians in my life that I look at and I'm like, holy shit, like you're an amazing craftsman.
But I've seen you do it like in front of me, like, oh wait, and then we put that thing over there, then we put there, no, we have to do 3 layers on that. You're totally crafting the song, like you're building it like an architect, like for real. And it's probably easy stuff for you, but it's kind of like now approachable for me, but for me 10 years ago that would be like total magic.
I remember a time in my life when I felt like I had no idea.
And when was that?
When I was like 14.
Yeah, so you started really early.
I think I started really early. Like I've been writing songs since I was like 13 or 14, and then I like went to school so early, and I was just doing it so incessantly, and I was playing in bands and learning how to like write a song in a band scenario was I think really informative and like let me be free, but also you have to like when you're in a band, you have to pick parts. It can't just be like willy-nilly because you want to be able to play the song live. I think also what really helped me when I was younger is my friend Chloe, who's still one of my best friends to this day. We were in a band together for 4 years in high school. We were in like different bands together, and having kind of a partner in the early years to like bounce ideas off of and kind of learn from each other and learn from each other's taste. I think that was actually really, really, really critical in like my learning. Because if I was doing it by myself, I don't think it would have been as easy or as like flowy. And then Jared, who you know, because we just worked with him the other week,
Oh my God. So
he's
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
And we've been working together since we were 16. Did you have anybody like that at all, or was it solo dope?
I had a band with my friends, but they were really like not musical at all. I really started like really songwriting when I was like in my 20s.
Yeah.
So I think that's and I was like totally not in a good place in my head, so I couldn't like really focus really well or something, so yeah, that's a whole different learning curve right there.
Yeah. The 20s are crazy. And you said, we were talking that you went to school for like scary ambient music.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Sonology. Yeah, it's like this 50s. I don't know the word in English, but like it's you have impressionist music, first classical, then impressionist, then you have the atonal music, the orchestral atonal, and after that comes somewhere in the 50s, 40s, 50s, an electronic wave of composers, and that's what I was taught.
Yeah, and you hated it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but I don't like saying that because I respect the school and the people.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like it. Well, Remi.
Bye, Benny.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was great talking to you.
Great talking to you. I always love talking to you. We're so different, but we're so alike.
True. So I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for listening to the Talkhouse Podcast, and thanks to Remi Wolf and Benny Sings for chatting. If you like what you heard, please follow Talkhouse on your favorite podcasting platform and check out all the goodness at talkhouse.com. This episode was produced by Myron Kaplan, and the Talkhouse theme is composed and performed by The Range. See you next time.